Hello, welcome back to another video. Today is WR Zandvoort. No idea what the round is. Basically, my championship position is just inside the top 10. Actually, no, it's like 12th, I think. So it's been pretty awful, but yeah, heading into this one. Still got eyes set on maybe P3
my foot.
in the championship. So hopefully that is still possible. In the background is not Q1, we actually made it safely through Q1, and we've already put in a decent lap up in P3 and Q2. So this is just like, I got through Q1 basically on one set of tyres, so I had another set to burn. So this lap I was just gonna find the limit. I wasn't necessarily sure I was gonna improve it, because I was really just gonna put this lap completely on the limit and see how it goes. So yeah, here we go then, into turn 1. Pretty nice. You see our rear end already starting to step out on us because we're so early on throttle. 5th gear, fling it in, really big snap on the rear end there. So we're really starting to push it here. So I was really confused. The snap felt really weird, but it was because it's obviously on a banking, so we got away with it as it turned us into the corner pretty much. A bit wide on a, I think Yano told me this one, like slide black and into there. That was absolutely way too over the limit, as ignore my pronunciation of the corner name. And we end up going off. So we only found the complete limit on about under half the track, which is fantastic. But yeah, we still got through. Only 700ths off pole, so yeah, pretty comfortable. Well, I say comfortable, we were in 300ths off getting knocked out, but yeah, I was pretty comfortable that was going to get me through. Into Q3 now. This is our first lap. I'm going to show you both laps, because I haven't really shown you too much quali. Again, over slowing this time through turn 1. So yeah, that was not very good. This is a used set. No, this is a new set, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is a new set. So we've got 2 new sets to play with in Q3. And it's been an awful start. It's completely messing up the first sector. Again, a little too early on the turn-in, so we washed out a little bit on exit. But now, into the middle sector. Could have been a little bit tighter. Oh, big snap of oversteer there as we clipped the outside curb. I think a bit of the white line and a bit of grass as well. That was pretty okay, all the way out to the white line. And now final sector, fling it in. It's just average, not very good. This has not been a very good lap, pretty much because of the first
on the last lap. That was
probably the worst I've ever done in Q3. In a Q3, as you'd see, maybe say that worst I've ever done in a Q3, which yeah, it's definitely up there. But yeah, this is the one that matters though. That one it isn't going to get us too far. So this is the one then. We need to hook this one up as we open the DRS, heading into turn 1, just before the 50 meters, breaking down. A lot of speed in. We actually missed the apex a little bit, but carried so much speed that we get away with it. Half a tenth up, we fling it right into the banking, taking a very short line in these F1 games, but that was pretty nice as we head out up the hill, up the winding, it's not a straight line, but winding flat out section into Schleibach. Terrible pronunciation again, but swinging it in again into this fast right-hander, right out to the white line. Back on the track, get it hooked in early on power, and then left just at the 50 meter. Bit wide, didn't fully hook the apex, but again getting good traction as we head down into the final sector. It's a 9:01 split, so pretty good. We just got to get a good last sector, and we should get pole position. Just running a little bit wide there, and then up to the line, up to the last corner. Fling it in a little bit under the limit, but we are 3 tenths up, so that is enough for pole. But you see here, going up to the line, we bottom out and we lose 200ths and get a second. As you see, I'm going to show you again. Coming up to the line, if you look at the white line, pit entry line, you see the car bounce and the delta go down.
Nope, that's
so yeah,
I did a 4
3 thousandths off pole. bit annoying, but yeah, we're still in a good position to get this, be in the fight for the win, as we actually have Jarno, our teammate, in 8th. He didn't get a very good last lap in, and Xander Van Dijk and Thomas Ronner, the two R8G drivers, 1st and 3rd. So yeah, it's gonna be a very intense start. You
Luck.
see
Good luck.
Thomas on the hards, Tom Manley on the medium, Xander on the hards, but it's 5 red lights, and away we go. Very crucial that we get ahead of Xander in turn 1, and we do. Absolutely perfect start into turn 1, leading and not even contested from behind. It's absolutely perfect. You see Xander and Thomas going side by side into turn 3 for the first time. Out we go. We've got Thomas behind, so I instantly knew this was going to be pretty difficult to break Thomas out the toe, out the DRS, mainly because by the end of our stint the hards get faster, so he'll get back in our DRS anyway, but also yeah, the hards are pretty good. The mediums are good as well, but the delta is just not big enough to put a sizable gap on him. In these first like 5 laps, usually at most tracks you'll get like a 3-4 second gap, and then they'll start closing back into you. But yeah, it's just not very likely that we're going to be able to pull that sort of gap here on Thomas, being because the compounds are so close on pace. But we're still going to use a bit, because if I can get it into a 1v1 with me and Thomas, then that would be the best scenario for me, basically. So yeah, we're still going to push on a little bit. Just yeah, I pretty much just know I'm not going to be able to break him out though. See, if we look behind, about half a second is the gap. So again, we've not really made too many mistakes. It's just been the delta is just too small. So it's about 3/10, I believe, something like that, between tyres on these opening laps. So yeah, not really too much we can do. So yeah, just struggling a bit with the balance early on. As we head through, Thomas is still pretty closely following us, but again we're going to try break away a little bit from the pack behind. Tom Manley, though, I actually noticed this a little bit too late. I think he's on the mediums, and he's just going to be burning his battery to get back within Thomas's DRS. So yeah, not ideal. If that was Xander there, then maybe we could have gapped, because he's on the hards, of course. But yeah, it just wasn't enough. And now we've just got to go back to saving. You see there, through this whole first bit, because it's so hard to save around Zandvoort. There's a lot of straights and very high downforce. I was lifting at most corners and just trying to gain back as much ERS and save fuel, because actually putting a little bit too little fuel as well. So we were lifting, coasting a little bit, just to be safe, pretty much, as Thomas goes for us into turn 1. Easy move, and that's fine. I wanted that to happen at some point. See a 67% and fuel that I need to get back. So yeah, that is pretty ideal. That is exactly what I wanted. You see, on to lap 11, we've nearly gained back to 100% ERS. And this is when I thought around the first pit stops are going to start. So as we look behind, who is it going to be first? It is actually our teammate Jarno into the pits first. So obviously he's going to go for an undercut, and pray his hard tyres don't wear out too much at the end of the race and hold position. We're obviously not in that position where we need to fight back through, so yeah, we're going to go a little bit longer into this race, have just fresher tyres at the end, as well as I wasn't thinking too much about behind. I was thinking, what is the best way I can beat Thomas in this race, and that is pretty much just have the best tyres at the end of the race, because obviously he's going to be going on to a set of mediums, we're going to be going on a set of hards, and I wanted to basically just equal out the tyres at the end of the race to have a chance at beating him. So yeah, lap 13, Tom Manley and Reese Linton coming to the pits. We're still up behind Thomas. I was going to go for a move there,
Tom
but just
Manley in.
didn't quite get close enough. As you see there, Satiano, Tom Manley in. On to 14 now. Obviously Thomas Head isn't going to pit, but I was thinking by this point, let's just get a little move on here. Get past Thomas and just control the pace a little bit better. Thomas lets us go. So worth to notice, 12.3 on that lap while using a bit of ERS up the main straight. So let's see what we're gonna do.
Are you doing medium softs?
Huh?
Are you doing medium softs?
No. See Yana
Optimal lap.
Asked what we're doing. As we are gonna, I think we're gonna stay on board this lap. So 11.3 from Thomas, or around the pace that he was doing last lap. So it's gonna be quite interesting to see the pace difference that we're doing. Tyres are starting to fall a little bit, but yeah, they're quite a good race tyre. Quite got long life in them around here, the mediums. So we have used a bit of battery and we did have DRS down the main straight. So it'll be interesting to see if this overtake was worth it. Thomas, I don't think is going to battle us, but I think this is lap 16, so we're actually going to pit. We're not going to see, but I do remember I did an 11.9, so on the lap before, one of the laps I did 11.9, so it was definitely worth it. I gained about 4 tenths, which is quite a lot, so yeah, definitely worth doing that that overtake. Gained probably net half a second maybe max, so yeah, definitely worth it. And so yeah, Andrei Tarabukin, that is the gap I was looking at, that is the gap I wanted to come out in, because I didn't want to get stuck behind him for my out lap and just start losing time because we were on fresher tyres. So yeah, that is absolutely perfect, exactly where I wanted to come out. It would have been nice if Andre wasn't there, because then Luke would have had to burn to get in our DRS, or if he didn't burn then he would have just been further behind. But yeah, now we just got the case of chasing down Tom Manley's group, followed by Jarno and Ismail and Reese, and as soon as we get past them we're going to be at the front, and then Thomas is going to have to get past them. So on to lap 19 then. About 1.6 behind, so we've gained that in about 2-3 laps, which is pretty good. We will be probably getting DRS in the next lap or so. So yeah, Luke Smith used a lot of battery to get in our DRS and sets the fastest lap. But yeah, lap 21, we had to use a little bit, unfortunately, because otherwise Luke was going to overtake us. But we do get in the DRS in the end of Ishmael, Reese and Jarno, and by this point their tyres are starting to drop a little bit, and our tyres aren't, so this should be pretty easy moves for us. I see it, look at the grip we have, just minimum speed, higher and a better exit, so yeah, this should be a pretty easy move on to Ishmael. It'll be interesting to see if he fights us. He doesn't, so he turned off the battery really early, making the maximum out of the slipstream. Up the inside, easy move. So braking a little bit late, running in a little bit deep. Ismail thinks about a switchback, but I kind of knew he wasn't going to do that. I think it would just harm both of us if he did. Up behind Reese now. Again, just look at the grip we have. This is only 4 laps different tyres, 3 or 4 laps different, so it just shows the grip we have. So again, we're going to make use of the maximum slipstream, not even having to use anything to get past Reese here. Pulling out up the inside, easy move, and you see here, definitely the better strategy I think. As soon as we get past Jarno, who's on the oldest tyres that I've ever run.
Just watch out for Luke behind. I'm not sure if he's going to push it.
So yeah,
I mean, I've got DRS as well, so.
Just telling you to watch out for Luke, just in case he wants to go for a double overtake. And we've now in behind Tom Manley on 3-lap fresher tyres, so we've definitely done a better job on strategy than he has, as he was on the same strategy as us, just 1 or 2 positions
A
behind.
little look
So,
box. Do you know?
Same as me, I think.
as Jano asked there when Luke boxed, and it was actually the same as me. So
I don't know, my backhand just completely snapped away.
Luke got ahead, and Thomas now is here.
Felt like I wasn't
Oh
even
my
pushing.
God.
So
Tom is lagging so
11
much.
laps to go. Thomas Ronnar, getting confused with the Toms, is now right up behind us, and this is just crucial that we do our best we can to just hold him up for as many laps as possible. If I get ahead of Tom here, then that would be absolutely ideal, because then Thomas would be attacking Tom and not me. So you see here, we are going to go for it on Tom, turning off the battery a little bit here, which in hindsight is a definite mistake. Should have kept it on a bit longer. Up the inside should be an easy move, but Tom turns
Oh my
in
God,
a
what are
little
you
bit.
doing?
Didn't
Leave a bit
really
more
leave
space.
us not really enough, I don't think. I think a little bit more room would have been nice. So kind of like completely halted our progress on the overtake there.
Do you know when
And now we're just
Thomas boxed by any
completely
chance?
under pressure
Not
from Thomas.
Thomas, no.
Completely under pressure, and we need to get past Tom without Thomas getting past, which is a complete hassle. So you see, just really under limit, just trying to make sure Thomas can't get past. But again, into here, Thomas sniffs an opportunity, goes up the inside. We leave the door open a little bit too much. Just, yeah, that a big mistake from our part. Should have done that a lot better.
The GRS is sitting on?
90.
As Jano asked there,
Yeah.
what ERS we are sitting on.
Oh mate, Luke's trying to fight me.
As soon as you see me getting a bit frustrated because Luke's trying to get through.
Wait, why'd you come back to the
Tom-
racing line?
Tom moves under braking back to the
Jesus
racing line, and now this is just a complete mess. I'm not really sure what's going on. I think it's a little move back to the racing lines a little bit cheeky from Tom. But yeah, now this is just giving Thomas a little bit of breathing space, and I don't know why this was happening. We're supposed to be fighting against the medium runner for the lead, but we're fighting each other. So yeah, not ideal. But now, this is where it matters. Like quali, this is the 2 laps, I guess, that you need to be ahead on. See here, Tom really close to Thomas, and it's looking like he's going to be able to make a move, but he makes a big snap of overs there. So it's just given Thomas another big breathing space.
There's no way he's this slow.
You see, I'm getting really frustrated now because I just cannot believe that
God, it's a cook.
Tom isn't getting closer than this. Onto the final lap. See, if he's already side by side. If he didn't make that mistake, he would have been through. But he just made that mistake, and now he's just giving Thomas pretty much a free win. He's still got a little bit of pace in hand on us, especially Tom, because he's on 3-lap older tyres than us. And I'd imagine probably more ERS than Tom. So this is now quickly turned into a fight for second against Tom, which is very frustrating considering I did feel like one mistake in this in my racecraft this race pretty much I think lost me the win. I felt quite confident in my pace that I would be fighting Thomas quite harshly for P1. See here, look how much pace we have, look, just pushing Tom around the track. But yeah, ultimately we need to get an absolute monstrous exit off here to get anywhere near. Is he going to start derating early? Not too early. Now he starts derating. We've still got 30%.
Oh, what
in the
a
battery.
terrible race. It's
You
just
see,
accepted second.
I say terrible race, and yeah, it wasn't a terrible race. It was just one mistake where Tom squeezed us to the
I don't
apex.
get that, man.
If I'd have made that move, I
I
think I would
lost
have
that
had a
when I
really.
didn't overtake Tom. It
You
was
see,
my
I'm talking
stupid
about
decision
there.
over there on my life.
If I would have made that position on Tom,
I had like I
then yeah,
spun
I
once, or
was
like I had a half spin. It
I was
was
pretty confident that I would have won that race. So it's a bit frustrating, but yeah, it happens. I haven't made a mistake like that in a while, so yeah, it's bound to happen at some point. But obviously just really frustrating in the moment. But yeah, appreciate everyone watching once again. This is PSGL Zandvoort. Hope you enjoyed. Like, follow, comment. Mate, I'm so bad at this, but yeah, appreciate everyone watching, and see you in the next one. Cheers.